If you could change something, but it meant huge sacrifice, would you still do it? In the Shadow of the Moon is a sci-fi thriller on Netflix, and it takes us on a ride to solve a time-sensitive mystery. Boyd Holbrook is a Philadelphia police officer who is working on a murder case that really envelops his entire life in his effort to solve the case. And this is a fun ride with some good tension, and when there is action, it really puts you right in the middle of it, and it's tight, and you feel a part of it, and so it works it really well. I think back to another Netflix movie that was with Frank Grillo and Anthony Mackie, and that one was also an action film, and that is just terrible. I can't even remember the name. I mean, it's that bad to watch. But they did action scenes that you never got to see outside of the action. Like, you were so in the middle, it was so tight that you didn't get to experience it. This is not that way at all. They did it really well, that they put you in close, they pull you back, they don't cut things off too early, so that you get a real sense of being right there in the chase, in the midst of things, and just having a good time. It's not all action though. There are some really good dramatic moments weaved into this, especially as Holbrook's character Locke is working to solve the mystery. I mean, as he's going through the clues, as he's just chasing down lead after lead, you really get, I mean, it envelops you, it draws you in because the mystery is fun, and I found myself really wanting to know, can I solve it before he does? Can I guess all the clues? Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. It didn't ruin the experience though. We also have performances from Bokeem Woodbine and Michael C. Hall, and they are great in their roles, especially because their characteristics help to fill in the gaps and make a full character of who Locke is. Cleopatra Coleman plays the character of Rhea, and she is quietly powerful, but she also gets to have some fun with some great action, and she has really got some moves. Now, part of the story has a mildly subversive political undertone, and that would normally really, really turn me off because I loathe politics. But this is done in such a way, and it doesn't beat you over the head, that I found it to be interesting, and it fit really well with the story and the narrative that they're telling. And so I didn't feel like I was being preached at by any means. It was a good element to that story, even though it does have a little bit of a prevalence or a relevance to today. Now, part of this movie does remind me a little bit of 12 Monkeys, and then you sprinkle in a tiny bit of Inception also. And if you are a fan of the Netflix series Dark, then you'll notice slight similarities to this also, but unlike Dark, in the Shadow of the Moon, much more straightforward, will not melt your brain at all. There was a line of dialogue in the film that was so poignant that it made me pause the movie and write it down right after it happened, because I really liked how it spoke to culture and just how socially relevant it is to us right now. And they said, some people aren't happy unless they're mad. I was like, wow, think about that. There are some people that's what they live for, to just be mad, to just be angry, and that's what gets them through the day. And the story doesn't really center on that so much. I guess maybe it does a little bit, but it was just, I enjoyed hearing that line. I thought, you know what, that is a powerful line. Good on them for putting that in there, because it really does speak some truth. While this isn't a perfect film, it is a good watch, and it totally held my interest for the nearly 2-hour runtime. I had a lot of fun watching it. I was invested in what was going on. The action was great. The acting was really good, very convincing, especially from Boyd Holbrook. I mean, he sucked me in. I enjoyed watching him and just on his journey. And then you mix in the family drama that is in there also, and it's powerful, and it's emotional, and not overly melancholy, which is a good thing because you don't want the film to leave you sitting in the bell jar. There's no sex. There might be very, very brief nudity. I mean, it's so quick that I don't even know, but at least I'm going to put it in there. There is, though, profanity and a whole lot of violence. I give Netflix's In the Shadow of the Moon 4 out of 5 couches. So what is a sci-fi movie on Netflix that I should be checking out? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.